The Realme's Buds Air Pro are finally launched in the Indian market, and these come as quite a good upgrade from the Buds Air. Even though with only the Pro moniker there, it's not the next gen but only the Pro variant of the Buds Air. But how do they actually differ? Let's talk about that in this video. Hey guys, this is Chetan for Gizmo Times, and if you end up liking this video, do hit the subscribe button and the bell icon for the future notifications. So this is the Realme Buds Air Pro, and the case, the earbuds, the features of it, everything is changed from what it was in the Buds Air. Starting with the case itself, you can see this is a much curvier and oval kind of a design when compared to the rectangular part of this. Even there were no sharp edges even on this one, but you can see that they look quite different, and the Realme Buds Air Pro's case is a bit larger with the size, and that is thanks to how the earbuds are. So the earbuds are different with the in-ear versus the half in-ear options. So the in-ear option is going to actually do a better noise isolation, and one of the issues here is when you try to pair the earbuds as well. After the first pairing, whenever you try to open and start connecting it to the smartphone, if you open the case and keep it this way, this closes. This can't handle the pressure. The case of the Buds Air easily handles it, and it won't close that easily. But if we compare the design of the earbuds itself, this is the left one that we are showing you here. So once I lift this one, and you see here the in-ear versus the half in-ear option. In-ear is always something that I would prefer and also recommend to anyone who's into a good music listening, because it not just makes a proper isolation but it also doesn't easily fall off. So there are two reasons for the in-ear to be a better choice for us, but there are users who still would prefer the half in-ear option that is on the Realme Buds Air. And one of the major features here of the Buds Air Pro is the active noise cancellation. It can cancel up to 35 decibels of external noise. And external noise in the sense, if we talk about something like the fan or AC noise around, it won't be able to completely clear out the noises such as the vehicle honking or even people talking around. It won't be able to cancel that out very easily, but the ambient noise around is going to be easily cancelled. And I've been using this for about a week, and I've become a fan of how they work. Under 5,000 rupees, and this is during launch it was 5,000, but for the current period this is 4,500 for the sale period, and these are 4,000. So of course, for the price of difference of 500 rupees, why would you even want to choose the Buds Air? Because I mean, there are again two to three differences where I would say that the Buds Air still has its own advantages. One of them is the wireless charging of the case, which is a remote on the Buds Air Pro. Quite surprising, I haven't been told about this, and I did try. It did not work out. So I'm sure there's no wireless charging on the Buds Air Pro's case, but on the Buds Air we had wireless charging, and one of those earbud options at that price was only the Realme Buds Air, which had the wireless charging, and it did help me quite a lot when I was actually driving to office. I don't have to really think about charging these separately, because my car had the wireless charging pad, and I used to keep this, and in 10 to 15 minutes it would give me enough charge for the entire day to go around. And apart from that, there was no mention of proper water resistance for the Buds Air during that time, but now these come with the IPX4 rating, so that is also an advantage here for the Buds Air Pro. And the app control is something that we need to talk about here. I mean, Realme is one of the only brands I would say that has been working on offering a proper app support. There are other brands that offer a good choice of earbuds. We're talking about options like these, the Mi Audio, and then Oppo's Enco W51, and the Xiaomi's Mi True Wireless earphones too. But they don't really offer anything in terms of the app support. Here, the Realme Link application is something that I did like quite a lot. So these are the Buds Air to begin with. And you can see these have the option of customizing everything such as double tap, triple tap, and touch to hold for both the earbuds. But one difference here with the Buds Air Pro, if we take these and also pair them. So the Buds Air Pro, what happens with the Buds Air Pro is that you get extra options such as having the game mode, volume enhancer, and also the bass boost. So that was not seen on the Buds Air, but you have a dedicated switch for the game mode. The game mode is present even on the Buds Air, but they don't have that option in the app to enable it. You can just tap and hold both the earbuds together, the touch area of both the earbuds, to activate the game mode. But here on the Buds Air Pro, you have that option in the app itself, so you can easily enable that from here. You also have the volume enhancer, even though I would say with the driver size, actually the driver size is smaller on the Buds Air Pro. It's 10mm driver, and both are bass booster drivers. 10mm versus 12mm on the Buds Air, but the audio output is quite the same. And these, given that these have the in-ear option, they actually retain a lot more noise, and there's no leaking of the noise because of that half in-ear option on this one. So you actually feel that the volume levels are higher on this, and given that they have the volume enhancer, the audio output is actually much higher when you check that out on the Buds Air Pro when compared to the Buds Air. And along with that, the battery life, I've used these for a long time, and the company had claimed that these give about 4 to 4.5 hours on the earbuds. I frankly used to get around 3.5 hours on average while listening to music and taking some occasional calls, and I still never liked them really for the fact that they did not come with the in-ear option. I am someone, and it's always a personal preference, I am someone who like an in-ear option because they don't have any issues of noise getting reduced, or they do create a proper isolation. So this is something I did not always like, but now with these coming in, the battery life is claimed to be about 5 hours with the active noise cancellation turned on. And if they are able to provide even 4 hours, that would be a great thing. And that is with, again, over 70 to 80% of volume. That is something, again, companies don't really mention always, that on this particular volume it would give this battery life. But without ANC, these are going to give about 6 hours of battery life according to the company. And the total battery life, 17 hours including the case, 25 hours including the case without ANC. So that is again something that you need to understand the difference here. And they both have the type C connectivity here. There's no difference in that. They both have the sensors for the wear detection. I mean, if you remove them and the music automatically pauses, that is seen on both of them. And the gaming mode, while it's present on both, one major difference is that the gaming mode on the Realme Buds Air had about 120 milliseconds of latency, while the Buds Air Pro has about 94 milliseconds latency. So that even, I mean, 30 milliseconds of reduction in latency is going to make a huge difference for someone who's into online games, and you would feel like, yes, this is now getting better. Even though, as I always repeat that line, I don't recommend wireless earphones or earbuds for gamers, but still, if you are someone who is considering it as a choice, I would say, of course, the lesser the latency, the better it is. So that's also one another thing here. And we have the white option here, but there's also black for this one, and there's white, black and yellow for the Buds Air, and they both come with a glossy case. I had this issue with the Realme Buds Air case in the past as well. You see a lot of scratches here, and that's an issue, but the company still retained the same. And the company says that the users in the end don't really think about it. They like premiumness over the rigidity or the matte finish of it. So premiumness comes with the glossy finish of it. So the company has kept the glossy case on the Realme Buds Air Pro as well. So that's it. These were the major differences between the Realme Buds Air Pro and the Buds Air. Right now the price of 4,499 on the Buds Air Pro is quite an excellent one. I would say if you are still considering one of the options in these two, I would say blindly go with the Realme Buds Air Pro over the Buds Air, because you might feel like, okay, it's a bit costlier, but the features like active noise cancellation, that's, I mean, easily one of the best features of this earbuds, along with the transparency mode and the dual mic noise cancellation there, super low latency, that 94 milliseconds of latency, and the IPX4 rating, and the volume enhancer and the bass boost options in the app. These all things make this a perfect upgrade over the Realme Buds Air. So upgrade or not, that's a separate question. Are you willing to spend the same amount, a bit more once again? That's your choice. But if you're someone who's considering a new purchase right now, go with the Realme Buds Air Pro for sure, because the audio quality also is actually better after our testing. So that's it guys, this was the quick comparison of the Realme Buds Air Pro and the Realme Buds Air. I hope you like this video. Stay tuned for the other comparisons, and do hit the like button and subscribe to Gizmo Times for more. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.